Hi, everybody. It's me, Lisa T, coming at you with some positive energy, reading The Language of Letting Go by Melody Beattie. So, time for healing. Okay, so we're reading August 17th, Healing Thoughts. Thoughts matter so much. A belief is simply a thought that you've thought over and over and over and over again until it becomes your belief, and then you will act and behave from that belief system, and you will create your own world. You will create what you are thinking and feeling. So think positive thoughts, create a positive world, and we can't just brush over. Like, there's going to be moments where we have to, process some other stuff, but that isn't maybe so positive. But we got to check our thinking, basically, is what I'm saying. Check your thinking, because your thinking is very, very powerful. Thoughts have power. So yeah, here's healing thoughts as well. So think healing thoughts. Think healing thoughts. When you feel anger or resentment, ask God to help you feel it, learn from it, and then release it. There's a prayer that when I've had a couple of moments where I've been like super frustrated and I'm driving home from work or something like that, and I say, God, relieve me of this. Please relieve me of this fear. Relieve me of this anger. Relieve me of this. I'll say that over and over and over. And eventually I just feel like it's happening and it's just gone. So we can ask for help just from a higher power. Another tool for me is to call someone and say, this is happening. I'm feeling this. And because it's my experience and I'm in it, I can't always see clearly. So I reach out for help, and a friend will help me by showing me or by telling me their perspective or telling me how they see it. And then I can go, I never saw it that way. Have you ever said that? Like, I never thought of it that way, or I never saw it that way. That's because someone else has infused you with another way of looking at things. And there's always life. It's all about how you look at it. There's always another way of looking at things. Perspective. So we can ask for help. So when you feel anger or resentment, ask God to help you feel it. Okay, let me feel this so that I don't push it down. Let me feel it. Learn from it, and then release it. Ask him to bless those who you feel angry toward. I had a wallet stolen from me, my wallet stolen from me, and it had everything in it. I don't carry everything around with me anymore, but I carried at that stage, I carried everything, my social insurance, my birth certificate, everything was in this wallet, and it was stolen from a streetcar downtown Toronto. And I came home and I called a friend and we prayed for the thief. And within 24 hours, I got a phone call from a bank. Someone had found my wallet on the street, Queen Street in Toronto in Parkdale. Someone had found it and returned my wallet with everything in it, minus only my bank cards, which were easy to replace. I prayed for that person, and a miracle happened. So this stuff works. I'm walking living proof. Okay, so when you feel anger or resentment, ask God to help you feel it, learn from it, and then release it. And then ask him to bless those who you feel angry towards. Pray for that person. Ask him to bless you too. When you feel fear, ask him to take it from you. Like I just said, take this from me, take this from me. When you feel misery, force gratitude. Write a gratitude list. I've told this to people who have called me and said like, I'm like, get an attitude of gratitude. Just start, and you change the vibration inside of you, and then you change how you're feeling and thinking, and then you'll see things differently too. It matters what we're thinking and feeling. So force gratitude. If you're feeling misery, just start writing a list of things that and it might start with like, okay, fine, I'm grateful for hot water. I'm grateful for food in my fridge. I'm grateful for the friends in my, and you start to say it, and I call it, you go on a rampage, you start like rampaging it and saying more and more and more, and then you start to feel grateful. It's powerful stuff. When you feel deprived, know that there is enough. There is enough. You have everything you want to need in this very moment. If you're like feeling deprived, stop for a second, close your eyes and go, am I actually okay in this moment? Do I have everything I need and want? And if you get real clear and really honest, you do. You do. There is enough. Know that there is enough. When you feel ashamed, reassure yourself that who you are is okay. You are good enough. So when you're feeling an uncomfortable feeling or a negative emotion, do the opposite. Tell yourself the opposite. Show up for yourself. Tell yourself the opposite. You are good enough, it says here. And I want to remind you that you are more than good enough. More than good enough. When you doubt your timing or your present position in life, so if you're doubting where you're at and you got the should-haves, could-have, would-haves in your head, instead, assure yourself that all is well and you are right where you are meant to be. I did this eons ago. I remember having to mantra, say it over and over to myself. I am right where I'm supposed to be. I am right where I'm supposed to be here and now. I'm right where I'm supposed to be. Life is exactly as it should be right now. I am exactly as I should be right now. And you start to say it over and over, and you start to believe it, because a thought, a belief, is simply a thought you've said over and over and over. Get it? So you are good enough. When you doubt your timing or your present position in life, assure yourself that all is well. You are right where you're meant to be. Reassure yourself that others are too, and everybody else is too. They're on their path, and you're on your path, and you're all right where you're supposed to be. When you ponder the future, tell yourself that it will be good. Everything is going to be okay. Everything always works out. If you look back, can you not see that? Like, honestly, it all works out. Reassure, one thing I love to talk to people about when they're struggling with where they're at, and I say, because there's a new mountain in front of them, and I had to do this for myself, and that's why I can pass it on. There's a new mountain, you're like, oh man, there's other obstacle that I gotta, and so we're looking so closely at this mountain in front of us that we gotta climb, and we forget to look back and look at the multitude of mountains that you've already climbed, right? So, when you're pondering the future, tell yourself that it will be good. When you look back at the past, relinquish regrets. No regrets. Me and my best friend are saying that the last few months. We decided that's a new mantra. No regrets. Nope, not doing that to ourselves anymore. No way. No regrets. What's happened has happened, and it's all happened for a good reason. When you notice problems, affirm there will be a timely solution and a gift from the problem. Notice problems. Problems are just solutions waiting to happen. When you resist feelings or thoughts, practice acceptance. I'm feeling this and I don't want to feel it. Just accept. Accept that. I remember saying to a friend, God, I'm so uncomfortable. She's like, Lisa, it's an uncomfortable moment. I was like, oh, I thought I had to not be uncomfortable. And she'd let me know it's an uncomfortable moment. Accept that it's uncomfortable. It's okay. It'll pass. When you resist feelings or thoughts, practice acceptance. When you feel discomfort, know it will pass. When you identify a want or a need, tell yourself it will be met. I've got this need. Well, it's going to be met. Maybe not in this snap of a second, but it will be. It will be. Affirm it for yourself. When you worry about those you love, ask God to protect and care for them. When you worry about yourself, ask Him to do the same for you. Protect me in this moment. God, protect and care for me in this moment. And then you give it, I know everything will be okay. I'm good enough. I'm more than enough. Just start saying these positive, awesome, healing thoughts. When you worry about those you love, ask God to protect and care for them. When you worry about yourself, ask Him to do the same for you. When you think about others, think love. Think love, appreciation, gratitude. It'll change how you feel if you think those thoughts. Think the thoughts, change how you feel. When you think about yourself, think love. Then watch your thoughts transform reality. Like I said, right? Our thoughts, our feelings, it will change your world. This can change your world. This stuff can change your experience of life for the better. I promise you, I am a walking, living proof of it. Here's your prayer for today. Simple. Today, I will think healing thoughts. Amen. Thanks for watching. Love you all.